All right, what's up, beautiful people? I just want to come to you guys right now. Today is August 2nd. I just got out of the gym. I did chest, triceps, a little bit of shoulders. Sometimes I play around with doing shoulders with my chest and tricep day. Sometimes I think I'm gonna do like a full shoulder day too. The big reason why I like to do a shoulder day, because you got a lot of different muscles in your shoulders, and I think it's good just to isolate them, to do like an overhead press, rear delts, side lateral exercise. I think your shoulder is very complex, so I think like an actual shoulder day is really good. I think I'm going to take tomorrow off for weight training, and then I'm going to do just maybe probably cardio. I don't know if I'm going to do 30 minutes tomorrow or maybe an hour, but I'll keep you guys posted. Today I did chest, shoulders, triceps for my workout, and then after that I did an hour on 30 minutes on the elliptical, because the bikes were taken up. I prefer the bikes. If I could, I would just do the whole hour on the bikes for now. Later on, as I get more seasoned and more more in fit, then I'll probably go back and forth from the bike and the elliptical that I like from Planet Fitness that has the option of doing a incline. I'll go back and forth just to mix it up. But I did an hour total. That's like 600 calories I burned from that. I'm a big fan of an hour cardio. I mean, it's boring. It's not fun at all. I don't like doing it, but I know the benefits, that it has a lot of different benefits of doing a lot of cardio. Something I wanted to talk about real quick is how important it is to do the workout. The workout would be, it doesn't have to be weights. It could be any form of resistance training. So, I mean, you could do it with bands. You could do calisthenics. You could do push-ups, pull-ups, air squats. You have to do something like that to trigger your muscle to think that you're overloading it. So you have to do some sort of resistant training, but that's for the muscle itself to grow it, to shape it, and to form it the way you want to. So that's like what I like doing is the gym, just because I prefer the gym. I like the gym. Don't get me wrong. I do like calisthenics, and I like being outside, but I'm not that strong yet to be able to do the calisthenics I would want. So later on, I'm gonna probably get into calisthenics. I want to be an all-around like hybrid. Like I want to, be in the gym. I want to do certain things that I can do in the gym. I want to be really good at cardio, and then I want to be really good at calisthenics too. But another thing too is I think cardio is just as important as weight training. And I think for some reason in the whole fitness and like health community, a lot of us think that you need to pick one or the other. And I think it's good to have a balance. And I'm not saying to do exactly what I'm doing. Like today my weight training was an hour, I think it was. But that's because there's certain things in my mind that I want to do. So when I go to the gym, I don't have like a plan that I wrote out and everything like that. There's certain things in my head that I just want to get done. So that's why it took me an hour, and plus like I'm getting back into it. But once you get into it and you do it more often, you get more efficient. And that's the reason why I just want to keep saying, like, it's so important. Don't even think about it. Just go to the gym, get in there. The more that you're in there, the more that you're gonna know, and the more that you're gonna focus on what you got to do. But my whole point is, I think you need to do both. And if you just do like 30 minutes weight training or resistant training, and then 30 minutes of cardio, at least 30 minutes at least every other day, 30 minutes of cardio. And then you can jack it up. You can do, an hour a day or whatever you want. Like there's a lot of different options, but I think cardio is very important. The reason why I'm doing an hour is because it's hard and it's boring. And I think it's something that, you just get a lot of benefits. There's a lot of benefits of doing a lot of cardio. And I think it's so good for us. And I just want to put it to the test. And I just want to stick to it as much as I can and see what happens. I know that it's gonna, good is gonna come from it. So that's why I'm just like preaching about weight training and working out, doing the whole resistance training and cardio. I know a lot of people are just not really into cardio because it's so boring. I agree. It's boring. It's not fun at all. You just got to find something on your phone that, you can like distract yourself. I try to watch YouTube videos. I try to watch, it's called DDE. They're like exotic cars that they drive around all over the place. And they have a lot of like long videos. They have some videos that are like 4 hours long. Sometimes I'll watch a podcast. Sometimes I'll try to listen to music, or a movie, go on Netflix, watch a show. You just got to find something to pass the time. I mean, all you're asking is, maybe 2 hours of your time. If you can just push it for 2 hours at a time of getting your resistance training done and get your cardio done, then that's it. And I mean, I'm not saying every day. Like you could even schedule it where you could do resistance training one day, then the next day take off resistance training and then do cardio. So you could do it like resistance training would be every other day, and then cardio would be every other day. So you could do it that way too. I'm a little crazy, and I just want to go in there and just do all I can at once because that's just the way I am. And I enjoy it, and I just want to get really good at whatever I'm doing. Plus, like right now, I'm in the phase of trying to figure out my plan and my whole program. So I'm really trying to dial that in, and that usually takes a while. You got to figure out what you like. But there's just something about cardio that I know that's like really important. Like there's a lot of great benefits. Blood flow, and just it's good for your brain. Like, more blood flow throughout your body is just better for you in general. So there's a lot of different benefits. If I had my other phone, I would pull up the article. I know there's an article by Cleveland Clinic that talks about, I think it's like 10 different great benefits of doing consistent cardio. And but my whole point is I just want people to know out there that there's a difference between resistance training. And I mean, don't get me wrong, of course, you can push yourself and have like a high intensity of a workout, and you could call it like a little cardio session because, sometimes I would get my heart rate up pretty high. I think the highest I see my heart rate during a resistance training with weight training is like 153. And that's pretty high for just doing like resistance training. That's not really normal because I think a lot of times, a lot of people aren't really like, pushing it. They're not really going quick. And that's another reason why I don't really do, my rest rate isn't really high. Like it's usually 30 seconds to a minute with in between my reps. So that's another thing too, is like I do that too, but I don't count that as my cardio. I mean, you can, but I don't think it's the same. For some reason, I don't think it's the same. Me personally, I'm not gonna count it as that. I'm gonna count that as resistance training, and then I'm gonna count my cardio. They're two separate things to me. And in my mind, if you train it that way, I think overall, you're just gonna get better. And end of the day, that's all I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to get better. I wanna look better, I wanna feel better, and that's really it. That's all I'm really after. I'm just after the whole hybrid program, if you could look at it that way, of becoming better, from a fitness point overall. If you look into a lot of like bodybuilders or a lot of like people that are into working out, some of them are not really into the whole cardio thing, and a lot of times they'll go on a hike or something and be like, oh man, that hike was rough, I don't have a lot of cardio, or I need to step up my cardio, I gotta do more cardio. And that's like something that you always hear them say, and that's something that I don't want. Like I don't want that to be a problem. And I did weigh myself this morning. I was 228 pounds. I know before I said 225, so I did gain some weight. Most likely that's probably a little fat just because I just got into it. So I know that that's not really anything, or that might be just a little fluctuation just because, you really need to weigh yourself. A good trick you could do is weigh yourself, 3 times like through the day and see exactly where you're at. But once again, I don't really care about weight. I just like to know my weight just to see exactly what's going on. Usually once I start getting into it, I actually start losing weight really quick just because that's just the way that my body works. For some reason, I start losing weight pretty quick. So most of the time I go down, and I don't really have like a set weight. Like if I was 185, I'm 6'3.5" If I got down to 185, but I got more muscle and I'm like shredded, that's fine with me. That's fine. I don't mind. The biggest thing is I just don't want a stomach. I want a six pack, and I just want to look great, and I just want to try to enjoy more in this life that's we can do out here. And I feel like the more that you feel better about yourself, the more that you're gonna do, and the more things that you can just have fun with. And I think there's a lot of things out in this world that you can find and just enjoy. And that's what my ultimate goal is that, just to have more fun. I love adventures, I love doing things, and there's just so much things that you can get into. And I think the better you feel and the overall better health that you have, the more things that you're gonna do and just enjoy. But that's it. That's my little rant I got for today. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. If you could subscribe, like, share, and all that stuff, I would appreciate it. And you guys have a great day. I'm out.